So you would think that Palantir stock would have a raging green day today, 3, 5, 7%, something like that, with how the overall stock market played out. A bunch of other stocks crushed it, but actually, guys, Palantir had a red day, 1.4% down on the day, and we closed under $165 a share. And it almost seems like Palantir kind of front ran the move a little bit. We had a lot of green the day before, and actually, well, like 2 days ago, we had a good amount of green. You guys have to realize Palantir actually hit $148 about a week ago, less than a week ago, and ever since then, we've been crawling out of the hole. So we've actually seen a lot of green already. So I'm actually not like completely surprised by this red day, as the S&P had a 0.8% green day, Dow had a 1.3, Russell 1.8, QQQ 0.5%. But hey, Palantir, man, even though it had a red day, it is still up, I think, on the week. Let's see here. From where it opened Monday to where it closed today, we're still up about 7%. Think about that, guys. I'm surely taking that. I'm sure as heck taking that, considering how choppy this thing has been. We're finally getting a week now. I mean, it's Thursday. We have tomorrow, Friday, but it seems like we're gonna have a nice green week overall, which hopefully leads us into next week with momentum. Because look, at this point, guys, if I draw this out, let me get this channel tool out that we've been looking at here on Palantir with, or the tool we've been using. You guys can see. Look, we took out 163, which was the high from the end of August, right? We got to about 169 yesterday, right? And at this point, we're holding that old resistance as support. So this is actually a pretty good sign overall for Palantir. This is overall bullish still on the charts. We're above the 180 SMA, above that old resistance, holding it now as support, right? And in the grand scheme of things, guys, today's red day is not that serious because we closed over that level, 163. So I'm looking at this like, all right, over the next couple of days, tomorrow, next week, let's see if we either get consolidation on here, or we just maybe completely break out tomorrow. We'll see. But a good sign overall for the bulls would be consolidation. You know what I mean? Maybe a day or two of choppiness, and then we start to build off of that and maybe start going a bit higher here to fill this gap. We have a wide open gap to about 173. If I draw this out, you guys can see that if it wants to work, or let me click the button. There we go. So this is where I think we're going to be working, next week, tomorrow. And, the second it breaks back under 163, though, guys, keep in mind, we could slip back down there. But for now, bulls are looking pretty good, even though we had this red day. You got to keep that in mind. And pay attention to this. We've been talking about the head and shoulders. We pretty much broke out of that neckline. That still stands as of today. The bulls are in charge. But again, it goes back to, if we breach 163, we might be slipping even further from there. But we're just not there yet. Again, we're holding above this point. In the mid 160s, and we're also battling right at the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, which is a big level of resistance overall. We're pretty much right at it. In fact, we slightly closed slightly under it. You guys can see right here on the 4-hour chart. So keep that in mind on Palantir. It's not the end of the world, guys. Again, we're consolidating, or hopefully we start to see some consolidation, and from there we might fill the gap to 173. And then we'll see where it goes from that point. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. I appreciate you all for tuning in as always. And oh, by the way, I have a free email stock newsletter. Have you guys signed up yet? Check it out. It's linked down below. Put your first name and your email address. No strings attached. None of that. And I send out my top stocks weekly right to your email. So yeah, sign up, linked down below. And again, it is free. So that is a quick little rundown on PLTR, how it played out today. And actually, is it? I think it's up in the aftermarket slightly. Yeah, so it looks like we closed down on a little bit of a downswing here. So we were over 165. Then in the back half of Power Hour, we just dumped from 165 down to about 164.20. Now we're up a little bit in the aftermarket. Not bad. But yeah, man, that's kind of what I'm thinking there when it comes to PLTR. And let me show you some other stocks here that did well today. OKLO went up around 8.5%. We're noticing a nice little breakout here. We're back over the moving averages. We're actually taking out the highs from the end of August here on OKLO. This kind of looks like it wants to go back to the mid 80s. I know it sounds crazy. You know, I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're not even making revenue yet. So this is a pre-revenue company. Seeing this kind of upside movement upside, which is insane. So the valuation might be ridiculous. Keep that in mind. But man, this thing has been a crazy momentum play. You know, a lot of money's been made, and it kind of looks like I said, we're at $80. We're testing the spot right now. The highs from the middle of August, right? So if we take that out, where's the next gap? $85. You know, that's where this thing could be going. So OKLO looks like it is on freaking fire. It's about to explode again. You know, do your own research, of course. Duolingo had an 8% green day. Duolingo hit 540 back in May, so it had a crazy run. But since then, it's been destroyed. It got down to 265 about 2 days ago, and this is after we saw a crazy run post earnings. Do you guys remember that? It almost got back to $500 a share, but now it's in the low 300s. Pretty much trading at 52-week lows or near them at least. Maybe not, exactly near them, but definitely closer to the 52-week low than the 52-week high, right, guys? Based on what we're seeing here. But Duolingo is one that I am watching. DUOL is the ticker. Let's see, what else do we have here? Tesla. Let me pull up Tesla, show you guys what's going on here. This one, man, we called it out, and it's not fully breaking out yet, but man, it sure looks like it wants to, right? So this is one that I've been saying for weeks now, that Elon's out of the negative spotlight for the most part. He's not with Trump, not dealing with Doge, kind of out of the negative spotlight there. And all of a sudden, Tesla stock starts to move. It starts to slowly pick up pace. We're seeing, it was consolidating for a couple of months. But if you notice, ever since the end of July, it's been picking up. We were under $300 in the end of July. And look, higher highs, higher lows for the last two months almost, pretty much. So Tesla has been creeping up, man. Today it's up 6% or went up 6%. And it looks like this is about to explode. How could you not see it? I mean, it's clear as day, right? We have the highs here at 366 from back in the end of May. You know what I mean? If that breaks, if we got a clean break above 370 on this thing, we could be filling this gap to 420. I think that's where we're going. That's just my opinion, and I am super close to buying calls here or buying. I'm gonna wait for. I feel like we might get a better entry next week, but ultimately, when we get this breakout, man. Call options, they're going to print, I think. It's not financial advice. Do your own research. But I think we're going to fill this gap by the end of the year, at least to 400. I don't want to say 420 or 450 or anything crazy, but I just see it happening. I do. And I've been saying it, honestly, since Tesla was at 330, but I want to buy this on the breakout. I don't want to buy it, before the breakout and then get a fake out and lose money. But I think we're leaning more towards an actual breakout here. And I've been saying that for a little bit, probably almost a month. And, we're starting to get it. This is good. So Tesla is moving. Let's see. Any other ones? That's pretty much it. That's a good one to wrap it up on. Honestly, Tesla does look pretty good. So we might as well wrap it up there. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And before you click off this video, check out the Patreon. If you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, see how I'm building a real money portfolio right now in this market. I'm depositing, hundreds of dollars. We're doing $500 a week right now with bonus deposits throughout the month. So we're building a serious portfolio here, guys. And if you guys want to track it, it is linked down below. Check it out. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video.